One of the first ugly truths about living in Cumming is it has gotten insanely expensive to live there. In July of 2023, the average sales price of a home was $643,000. Now, if you compare that to January of this year, when the average sales price was $529,000, you can do the math. That's a $100,000 increase. Back in January of 2022, the average sales price was only $372,000. Now, every town you look at is going to have had substantial price increases since, kind of pre-pandemic. But this $271,000 increase is a tough pill to swallow, especially for local residents. Cumming has held its value over the years because of its proximity to both Lake Lanier and the city. But all of the massive growth over the last few years has had a tremendous impact on home values and pricing in Cumming. However, it is one of the few places that you can find both new construction in a neighborhood and lots of it, or you can find a house on more acreage that is not in a neighborhood, and that's something that is unique about Cumming. Now, since Cumming is one of the few places you can still find a great deal of new construction homes and the demand is so high for it, you are going to be in competition to be in this area. I can give you several examples of this that have happened to clients I've been working with recently. I have an awesome client who was in town from California house hunting, and we looked at a house in the Polo Golf and Country Club community. It's a beautiful 2-story home that had been updated, had a 3-car garage, and a gorgeous backyard. And it also sits in one of Cumming's most sought-after neighborhoods. So it had a lot going for it. Long story short, we ended up in a bidding war, and the house ended up going under contract for over $50,000 over the list price. My buyer decided he did not want to compete with all of those other offers and pay such a huge price over asking, so we ended up diverting our search to Swanee, where there is still plenty of houses there, and although there is competition, we were able to go under contract without having to go such extremely high over asking price. I haven't seen a home go that high over asking since 2021, when all transactions were like that. Now, there are multiple factors that can go into this equation, like the house being listed below the value, which will create a frenzy and lots of people trying to get in. But that still goes to show how many people are willing to pay an absolute premium to be in this area. You may have heard me mention the new construction community of Bramlett Grove here in Cumming in previous videos. And that is a neighborhood being built by D.R. Horton around the upper 400,000s to kind of like mid 500s. How this community works is that they release a chunk of houses at a time, so 6 to 9 houses at a time. And there is no reserving them or just walking into the sales office and saying, hey, I want to put a contract on that house. What they do is they send out an email saying, hey, we're releasing this inventory. Make sure that your buyers are already pre-approved. They then ask you to submit which lots you are interested in, and it's a lottery. And then they end up randomly choosing who gets to get a contract on that house. And the last time we did this for some clients, they had over 500 people submit on that most recent release, and there were only about 10 houses that were up for grabs. That is crazy. And one of the things that was driving that frenzy was the price point of the houses. It's a good price point for a new construction home in Cumming, and most new construction prices you're going to see are going to be in the upper 500s and the 600s.